name is Daniela Jacqueline Luna Solano, and today I'm going to present the effects of bullying. So, bullying is a very common and important problem for the children all around the world, and it's more often to happen in the school. A study shows that this problem affects the children between in the 13 and the 18 years old. Eight of them are men, and 5% of them are girls. So this problem causes physical disorders, emotional disorders, and psychosomatic disorders. So my today presentation is to explain what are the risk factors, the consequences, and the prevention. I think that we all have an idea or a definition of what bullying is, but I also think that most of us could have a wrong idea. So bullying is the affirmation of power through aggression. This involves a stalker that is constantly attack weaker victim through social, emotional, and physical aggression. We have two types of intimidation and aggression that are the directly and the indirectly. In the directly aggression goes the physical, that it's when the stalker hits the victim, and in the indirectly we have the verbal and the social aggression, that is the verbal it's when the stalker yell to the victim and insult him or her, and then we have the social, that it's when a group of people just reject the victim and ignore her or him and just put him in the corner. And then we have the cyberbullying. The cyberbullying is another type of bullying, and it's the result of the technology that have like a lot of spaces to allow that people can access to private information and with that hurt uh, other people. And this is like the most often cause that make teenagers like us commit suicide. Then we have the epidemiology and risk factors. There are three types of risk factors that are the lack of supervision, the indifference, and the when the stalker is undercover. The lack of supervision involves all the authority figures such as parents and teachers. This is because the both of them like don't give the bully the importance that they should um, have, and they just like ignore the problem and think that it's something very common. It's a stage that every single child should go through. And then we have the indifference. In here, I think that we all are, because most of us, when see that someone is being bullied, we just think like, well, I don't care, it's not my problem, and just leave it like that. And then, well, this is the most common risk factor, and this is the last one, that is when a stalker is undercover, and it's when the friends of the stalker or other students like cover the stalker just because they are afraid, and or they just don't care about it. And then we have the groups. There are three types, or three groups, and it's the bullies, the victims, and the spectators. A child can turn a bully because two reasons. The first one is because the bully have a lot of power and he thinks that he can use that power to intimidate the weakers. And the second one is because the child or the bully lives in a dysfunctional family and have a lot of problems in home, so it's angry and sad, and the only way he see to put out that feelings, it's through the aggression to other people. Then we have the victim. Well, a victim it's just a child that for being different it's discriminated, or just because that kid was in the wrong time in the wrong moment, and so he it's the victim. And then we have the spectators, like in this image you can see that a lot of them are spectators, and the spectator just give the bully green light to keep doing what he's doing, but it's intimidate other people, because the spectators make the bully think, well, what I'm doing, it's funny and it's entertained for other people, so why am I going to stop doing it? And then we have the consequences. The consequences are in short term and in long term. And I want to point something in here, that it's the most of people think that the only person that have the consequences is the victim, but that's wrong. The stalker can also suffer of the consequences. The short-term consequences are health problems, depression, psychosomatic complaints, medication, and suicidal tendencies. And then we have the long-term consequences that are the psychosis, low self-esteem, abusive relationship, and anxiety disorders. The difference is that long-term manifest when the both of them, the victim and the bully, are adults. And well, one thing to prevent the bully is the creation of prevention programs that involve pediatric and physicians in the communities and schools. And this is just because for the kid to have someone to talk about and someone who she or he can trust. And these prevention programs also involve the families, and this is just because for their parents to know what to do when, if his child or children is suffer of bullying. So to conclude, bullying is an huge problem in our society, and unfortunately this problem has been normalized by us, and that's something that we have to change. Thank you.